Black Friday, the epitome of capitalism, where crazy discounts leads us to fill our carts and empty our wallets. But while we're hunting for the best discount, we often miss the real price tag. Behind every jacket, scarf or blouse is a complex web of environmental impact, labor and waste. In fact, the fast fashion industry is responsible for almost 10% of all global carbon emissions. That is more than all international flights and maritime shippings combined. The bottom line, our consumption patterns need to change. And with Black Friday just around the corner, let's ask the people of Amsterdam what they think about this issue. What percentage of your closet have you not worn in the last 6 months?
Probably 50-60%. I buy a lot.
I think, if I'm being honest, probably 80%.
I have a lot of clothes, so I think maybe 50%.
I think at least 80.
80%?
Yeah, I think.
1/3 maybe.
50 or more, 60 even. Yeah, there's a lot of things just sitting in my closet and dying.
Something like 10%.
I think less than 10% because we are trying to be very aware of what we are wearing and to use more stuff and not to buy anything from fast fashion brands.
What do you usually do with the clothes you don't wear anymore?
Nothing actually. I buy them and sometimes I don't even wear them.
I sell them on Vinted. I'm a big Vinted seller.
I sell a lot of my clothes on Vinted. And I also have a little niece, so if I don't fit into my clothing anymore, I will just give it to her.
I usually either sell them or donate them, or like give them to a friend who might like them.
Normally I try to swap around with my friends. So sometimes we have like some t-shirts I don't like anymore, but I know that a friend of mine likes it, so I give it to her.
Normally I pass them down to younger family members, so I have a lot of cousins.
I donate my clothes, typically, or I will sell them at a consignment store.
Do you think about the environmental impact of fashion when buying new clothes?
Yes, I do. I really like to buy it from vintage shops because I know it's better for the environment.
I don't really think so because, yes, I don't have a lot of money to. Yes, I can afford like good for the environment clothing. It's much more expensive, so I just can't afford it because Zara is it's cheaper and it's also trending.
I think about it. I'm actually shopping most of my clothes, I would say 90% through Vinted.
I do try to like sort of think about it, and that's why I usually try to buy stuff that I'm like, okay, I will definitely wear this more often. For example, like this coat, it was bought in like a fast fashion store, but I know that the way it looks and the way that I take care of my clothing, it will probably last me a long while.
Yes, and I even made the presentation about sustainability in the fashion. So I'm very aware of this topic.
Oh, cool. What kind of presentation should I think about? Like what?
It was about how much waste is produced every year, like in textile production, also in the dye production for the textile, and lots of the chemicals are thrown into the water, etc. So I tried to bring some awareness to this problem also.
What do you consider to be the main barrier to more sustainable consumption?
I think sometimes I think a lot about the price.
I think just my budget.
I think right now it's only the money.
As a student, of course, it's an excuse, but like I don't always have the biggest budget. So sometimes it is just easier to take the easy way out instead of like taking months to look for like a specific item that were craving.
I would say options. So, of course, we have a lot of vintage stores in Amsterdam, but they also tend to be quite expensive sometimes. And of course, I'm a student, so not that big of a budget.
Sometimes you just want like something you have in mind, and then you cannot find it like secondhand because it's like some particular item, and then there's like a lot of like the fast fashion chains who know the items you want and they make it. So sometimes, I don't know, you're just tempted to buy some, I don't know, fast fashion items.